Former Shepherd Hill star Alec Lindstrom started 11 games at Boston College last fall, and just like in high school, he got to play alongside his older brother Chris, who's now a member of the NFL's Atlanta Falcons. This year, Alec is the only Lindstrom on the Eagles roster, and he's just going to be fine.
I've lived with Chris. We were always roommates in college and everything, and he always had my back. I had his back, and it was good. So I miss him, and I'll miss playing next to him. But it's also going to be nice to be by myself and see how that goes and play.
Alec, mainly a long snapper on special teams last season. The redshirt sophomore, though, already drawing great reviews from his head coach, who said this year's offensive line could be better than the group last year. The Holy Cross football team is gearing up right now for Week 1. They're almost ready to completely set their focus on that Week 1 opponent, who is Navy. Right now, the Crusaders, they're talking about their company line right now. Just improve every day. The message coming from their camp, and right now, Holy Cross pretty pleased with their progress.
I feel like we're where we should be at this moment. There's some young guys, stepping up a little more so than we thought. And then there's some injuries like you're always going to be dealing with. Not anything catastrophic, but injuries that are going to take a little bit of time before they get back out there. We're not a complete team at this moment because of that, but I do like, the direction we're moving.
You could kind of see practice to practice. We're getting there for sure. There's some obstacles, some bumps in the road early on, but I think we're getting a little bit closer to where we want to be for the first game, and it's a really long season. We're not where we want to be. We're not even close to where we want to be right now, but just seeing that progress, seeing that 1% better every day, something we talk about, and just staying positive every day is something that's helping us a lot.
Coming into camp, we had a lot of things we had to focus on and improve upon from last year in spring ball. So we came into camp and we hit the ground running from day one. And where we're at now, we like where we are, but we still have a lot to improve upon. We're starting to focus a little bit on Navy. Seeing them game one on our schedule it's important to us.
Holy Cross, high energy in training camp, which is a trademark of a Bob Chesney team. The Crusaders will really start the game plan for Navy in the next couple of days and then into game week, which, believe it or not, is next week. Game at Navy is on August the 31st. The Nichols football team showed improvement last season, finishing with a .500 record. Bison have a large senior class coming back this fall, and they are expecting big things.
We're all really excited. Coming off an improvement year of last year, going from 2-8 to 5-5. This year, we're hoping to make that leap again from 5-5 to, better than that. So, the goal is postseason play. So that's what we're working for right now.
I think just more consistency. We left a couple games out there last year that we definitely should have won. And being 5-5 is obviously we deserve to be 5-5, but I think we were definitely a 7-3 team, 8-2 team last year, and just more consistency. I think that's the main thing that we're focused on this year.
I think stay healthy. I think health is probably the number one. Even though we talked about it before, depth with the freshmen. I don't think any Division III coaches really want to rely on their freshmen. We need to rely on the 8 returning on offense and defense, all their experience. We have a great senior class with probably about 18, 19 guys returning. Really rely on them for their leadership and go from there.
Nichols opens their season on Friday, September the 6th at Dean. They're also talking about depth over at WPI. There are a ton of starters returning from last season's 6-4 team, so there is some quiet confidence in the skill set in their starting groups. But after injuries took their toll in 2018, the Engineers are focusing on developing the talent a little further down the depth chart this preseason.
Last year after going through the season with so many injuries, you find out really quickly in this business that you're only as good as your 2 deep. You're only as good as your backups and your 3. So, a lot of the positions we do have, I think, guys that are pretty set in stone in terms of returning starters and guys that have earned those positions. And now it's developing those younger guys, developing those backups and seeing what they're made of, because in order for us to go where we want to go this year, we're going to have to rely on guys that are not just the starters, on each of the units this year. So developing the group, not just those top-end guys, but developing the group is really critically important for us.
WPI has some top Central Mass guys leading their groups this year. They're healthy again. The Engineers open with Worcester State in a renewal of a crosstown rivalry game on Friday, September 6th. And Isaac Yiadom with an interception tonight of Jimmy Garoppolo in a preseason game, the former Doherty guy.
Unbelievable. Well, that's going to do it for us here on Worcester News Tonight. For Andy Lacombe, I'm Anna Botari. We'll see you back here tomorrow.